Continuing activity 1.3.3, we need to add in a few more constraints and figures. The first thing we need to do is add a construction line. The construction line will use a line tool to connect the midpoint, notice the square at the top denoting the midpoint's been found, to the midpoint at the bottom. You can still see by the mouse and the rectangular square that's orange that this is a midpoint. I also need to create a point from this point over. But I need to get out of the line tool first, so I'll right-click and hit Escape Line. I'll select the line tool again, find the midpoint. Looking at the mouse, you see the midpoint constraint, and move it over. I'll hit right-click and Escape Line. Now currently, these are just lines, but we need to make them construction lines. I'll come to the Construction tool. What the Construction tool will let us do is create a portion of our sketch or a line or figure that won't be extruded or show up on the final sketch. These are often just used for constraints to help define where those constraints should be. We'll select the line and then click Construction. Select the line and click Construction. You'll see they become dotted lines because they're now construction lines. I'll right-click and escape the tool. The next thing we need to do is add a circle. I'm going to take a circle. I'm going to place it approximately here. Now we have a few more constraints we need to add to our figure to make sure everything's properly formed. First, I'm going to grab the coincidental constraint. I want this midpoint line to line up with the origin. I'll click on the point and the point at the origin. Now we'll connect those. Notice it changes our figure because of our other constraints, but we'll worry about that later. We also want to make sure our circle is tangent to this construction line. We'll grab the tangent constraint, click on the circle and the line, and it'll move the circle over appropriately. We also want to line it up under this point, so I'll choose the vertical constraint, select the point and the center of the circle, and it will line this up. This gets us through our second portion of activity 1.3.3.